Welcome back to Big East Basketball Media Days. Live on Peacock. We're here in New York City, inside Madison Square Garden. Tariq Turner, Vin Parisi, Nick Baugh, and we are turning the page to talk a little Marquette basketball. Shaka Smart in his fourth year, 4 straight NCAA tournament appearances. He has sent 4 players to the NBA, Omax, Tyler Kolek, Cam Jones, Oso Ighodaro. He has done a terrific job leading this program. And he joins us now live on the set. Okay, my goal is to not ask you a question that you've been asked a million times. I'm nervous about this first one. I'm going to try it. Here I go.
Well, don't ask about the portal then.
Oh, shoot. Well, okay. It's a version of it. It is. You know, sometimes you attract what you put out there, and what you guys put out there is loyalty and commitment. And I'd imagine now, over the course of years, because of that, you're getting involved with people that feel that same way.
There's no question.
Okay.
There's a group of people out there talking about recruits and parents that still value relationships, growth, and victory. There's families out there that still want to send their son somewhere where it's not disorienting, where it's going to change every year, but where they can unpack their bags and really, really focus on pouring into their holistic growth as a man and as a player, going after winning, and having a heck of a time while doing it. And those are the guys we want to attract.
Coach, when you look at your team this year, kind of a new era of leadership, Chase Ross, who's a senior now, and Ben Gold are probably your most experienced players, right? What are you expecting from them? And
senior. Sean's got an extra year because he redshirted. Between the 3 of those guys, we absolutely, as Coach K used to say, need secure upper-class leadership. That means you're secure in yourself and you understand that you're not going to play perfect, but you can go out there and contribute to the game, whether it's a great shooting night or not. But then at the same time, you got to lead others. You got to make others better. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. Sean's probably the most vocal of the 3. Chase and Ben do a great job leading by example, but also speaking up when needed.
I got a little Marquette nugget for you.
okay.
Let's go.
Ben Gold had the best shooting percentage for players 6'10" and above.
I knew that, by the way.
Why didn't you say
The
it?
nugget. No, I like to spread the
Well,
floor.
I said the nugget first.
That must be why everyone switches his pick and rolls.
Stop sharing that nugget so people will stop.
What was not gonna bring up the portal? What was the emphasis for you besides that dynamic you talked about with the returners, with the meshing and the newcomers in terms of the offseason this year?
Growth. I mean, there is extreme emphasis on getting better. And we really try to target for every player what are the key 2, 3, 4 areas that every single day, whether we're in a gym with them or they're in a gym on their own or with a GA or manager, that guys are going after. To me, ball handling is a huge 12-month-a-year project. And we've got a young man on our team named Caden Hamilton who is following in Oso Ighodaro's footsteps as a ball handler and a passer. I'm not saying he's the same yet, but he's going to take a huge jump for our team because of the growth that he made in the offseason.
Coach, a big part of being a pressure defense team is you've got to be able to pressure the ball, the other team's point guard. I think that's where Sean Jones, at least before his injury, seemed like he was special. How has he looked in that regard, and how excited are you to have him back on the floor for you guys?
He's looked great, Nick. The challenge is pressuring without fouling.
Okay.
We had a scrimmage the other day, and he had 8 fouls.
That's too many.
And I told him, I said, in a real game, you're not allowed to have that many. But, not just Sean. We've got several guys on our team that can really get after the ball, that can really play a physical, aggressive brand of defense. That's how we want to play. Mm-hmm. Our guys call it Havoc, which obviously is a moniker we used at a former school. Our guys have kind of taken that on their own, which I think is pretty cool. But you got to do so with poise, and you can't walk teams to the line and give them too many easy opportunities.
Coach, what about some of the younger guys? You mentioned Caden Hamilton, but you're a pretty young team. You got 1 sophomore, 4 freshmen. Who's someone else that's jumped out on the younger side that you're excited about?
We got a couple sophomores, Demarius Owens and Royce Parham. Royce was on the All-Big East freshman team. Demarius had some really strong moments but dealt with some injuries last year. I think both those guys can take a jump. You know how sophomore year is.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like from game one you should be better, but it doesn't always work that way. But if you stay with it and you continue working and follow the process and you have a clear mind, typically by the middle of your sophomore year you hit a stride. And that's absolutely what we're going to need from those guys. And we got a couple freshman guards that I think really have a chance to impact us early. Nigel James, who's from up here in Long Island, and Adrian Stevens, who's from the D.C. area.
Good player.
Both of those guys, tough, physical guards that, as freshmen, are able to physically make the transition. And I think those guys can impact us and give us real depth.
Shaka, as always, we appreciate your time. Excited to watch your team play. Can't wait to have you slapping the floor and getting in a stance on the sidelines here.
I will lead the league in floor slaps. I promise you that.
I don't doubt that.
It's great to be here with the A team, and I look forward to seeing you guys all season.
Thank you, Shaka. Let's go over to Brendan Glasheen with a guy that had 18 double-figure games. That's Chase Ross.
Yes, sir. All right, Chase Ross, senior from Dallas, Texas. Look, the press clippings that you guys aren't supposed to read, we do that, right? The hype about Marquette, it's your time to drive the car or drive the bus, take the keys. When you hear that as a preseason all-conference member, how does that make you feel?
It's just surreal. I came a long way. Just coming in this program, I really didn't think I was going to play right away, but Shaka gave me the utmost confidence to do what I have to do to get on the floor, and now it's my time to shine and lead the others.
You dig in, man, on the defensive end. You've had at least 40 steals in each of your first 3 seasons. Try to describe to us what your mentality is each night on the defensive end.
Get the ball. We pride ourselves in deflections and kills, and just getting deflections, seeing our crowd go crazy, is just very, very pleasing. So I love getting deflections and getting on that rim.
How do you pull that out of you each and every night? Because that's a tough assignment each night to do that.
It's more instincts, just reading what the guys are doing on the offensive end and just trusting my guts to go get the ball. So, yeah.
So, look, Coach Smart has emphasized he doesn't want to talk a and see it through, and knowing that he has faith in all of you to get the job done and build that continuity, which is sort of a lost art form in college basketball. How does that impact your locker room when your coach believes in you guys?
I think it impacts our locker room a lot, because just the trust that he has in us and the trust we have together, we're building our relationships and connections on and off the court each and every day. So with taking a guy in the transfer portal, not knowing him too well, we won't have that bond and relationship that we have on the court as I do with all my other teammates that I've been with 2 or 3 years.
All right, Chase Ross of Marquette, a unique look. He went with the sweater as opposed to the jacket. It's a nice sweater. It looks very cozy on this fall day.
Cozy.
Okay, best of luck this season. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right, I think we have our next coach.